I'm aware that comparison is the thief of joy, but I can't help but compare myself to all the other drummers I see. And they seem to be able to do things or have some sort of fundamental understanding of the drums that I just don't have. And it's destroying my creativity, my ability to move around the kit. It's so annoying. And what I'm going to be doing with this YouTube channel is I'm going to be documenting my practice. And it might be a bit on the boring side because I don't want to, edit it. I already do editing for a job. I don't want to edit more shit. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want to be able to document my processes and my learning, so I can kind of like hold my, feet to the fire, so to speak. Growing up, my dad died in like '09, and then I was left with his drums. These aren't his drums. These are, mine, but some of the hardware is his, blah, blah, blah. But I was left with drums, and I just started practicing, and I learned everything I know about the drums based off the fucking rock beat. So from there, it was just adding and subtraction. And it was just practicing to songs, like moving around the kit, hitting the crash. Ooh, now we're in the chorus. I'm on the ride cymbal. And there's many players that I love. There's many players that I hate to love. And there's many players that I watch and I go, fuck you. You know who you are. But I'm just tired of sucking. I'm just tired, and I could do the thing where I could, I could play to a metronome, or I could, work with a band, and like just like edit the shit out of it. I did like a pop song thing recently, and it just took me so many fucking tries to get it perfect, and I did it. I know I'm dedicated, but I think when it comes to practice and like, last year I swapped to traditional grip. That was a huge turning point for my playing. Before, the way that it would felt like I was like throwing a club around. The way that I've been able to explain it to others and myself is that like, I remember like getting on a skateboard and like, pushing, and how most people did it like with their right foot, but I naturally felt the inclination to push with my left foot and to ride the skateboard goofy. And just over time, it was just like obvious, like, oh, I just ride the skateboard goofy. So with traditional grip, swapping to traditional grip has like really helped my playing. Like I can't even describe how much better my playing is now. And people just like don't believe me. And there's many, things that you can say about traditional grip and how it can't do this and it's awkward at this, I don't really care. I've swapped to it. It works for me. I'm happy about that. But still, like my playing is just not where I want it to be. And so what this is going to be and what this is all about is I want to document my learning process. And yeah, it's going to be like what I decide that I want to practice on. But if I were to document like what I'm learning, and to not do the whole like Instagram clips thing where I'm just clipping a part where I played really well, because we all have those moments where we're like, I think I don't know where I heard this from, but it was something like, if you're practicing and it sounds good, you're not doing it properly. Like there's something about like you have to, when you practice something, you suck at first and then you get better. And so I don't want to do the thing of like I said, like putting on Instagram clips and like just sectioning off like the best segments of like what I do. Yeah, that would look good for me, like promotionally, right? Like if I want to like play on somebody's album, and I've got just a ton of, clips of me sucking, like he's probably not going to want to work with me. But in terms of this YouTube channel, I just want to film, and it's not going to be heavily edited because I already do editing for a job. So I don't know if I want to do more editing. But I want to just document the learning process as I, learn things like, an eighth note or 16th note in a phrase of like a fill I'm working on, or, whatever, timing, just the shit that I'm bad at. The stuff I want to learn, I want to film, and I just want to just put myself out there and just be honest about who I am and where my skill level is at, so I can get the proper advice from viewers like yourself, and actually like learn right in front of you. So I don't know if that sounds interesting. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but if there's anything that I want to say to whomever that's watching this, is that I really deeply care, and I'm just doing this because the whole like being nice thing just isn't working for me. The whole like, oh yeah, work on this, ooh, a teacher, oh yeah, I spend $30 for half an hour, and we just like, whatever. I need the whiplash thing. I need a teacher that's, has grit and that's an asshole. And I want that from the comments. I want people watching this and being like, listen, you're doing this wrong. You got to do it like this, and then you'll learn that. And I'm tired of nice. I'm tired of sucking. I want to be a better player. And the only way I'm going to do that is by being honest with myself and putting myself out there for other people that are also not good at some things, but are, probably good at the thing that I'm not good at, that can then tell me what to do. Won't that be lovely? So thank you for watching this. I hope you'll be on this journey with me, whatever that means. We'll see how this goes. But, I love like YouTube drummers like 8020 Drummer. His stuff has been very helpful, even if I don't understand it, even if his playing isn't really my taste. But I think he does like some of like the best drumming stuff on YouTube that I love. Like Sounds Like a Drum is really great for like educational stuff. Anyways, there goes my shout outs, I guess. But that's it. We'll see how this turns out in terms of editing. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. Okay, we'll see how that goes.